Oh, didn't see you there. I was just digging in the toolbox of my 650 horsepower truck. That can be yours. We're giving it away. lsnasty.com. 10 times entries. Go check it out.
We gotta redo it. We gotta redo it after about 8. No, leave that in there. I did pretty good on this bugged up one. Hold on, you ready? Let's do a fucking.
Oh, they zooming today.
Welcome. We got a great video for you today. We put a Hemi in the black sheep. Should we go check it out?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go check it out.
Oh, whoa.
These things right here are the Bust Your Ass 9000s for sale here at Nasty Racing. This is how I'm gonna get around the pit.
Imagine riding one of those out there.
Sometimes I just can't turn to save my life.
You gotta hit it with a little.
Then I start doing this like where I'm drunk.
Dude, the speed wobble on that thing is serious.
Yeah.
Dude, it does it to me every time.
Look at this. Then if you like want to pass to your homeboy, you're like, here, you take it.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, it's chaos.
All right, let's put these up for a second.
Oh my god.
So it's been a busy week. We've been in the shop working every day, doing turbo kits, working on the work trucks, working on the black sheep. Where it's crunch time, we have to be in Indianapolis December 5th with the black sheep. Technically speaking, it doesn't have to be running, it just has to be presentable. Like, it has to look complete.
It's gotta run.
But really, if you show up there and your shit don't run, it's a big letdown for sure. So we had some issues with the black sheep. The motor didn't fit. It had a Hemi in it before, but it had a Chevrolet style bell housing, so a lot different than a Hemi or Chrysler style bell housing. So nothing fit. We cut some bars out to make it fit. Some stuff had to be sleeved, definitely over my skill level as far as chassis stuff goes. I can weld, I can do some minor fabrication, but as far as sleeving a tube, putting a bend in it, making it look good, a little bit over what I was comfortable with doing. Very, very, very short notice. I want to give a huge shout out to two people. I want to give a shout out to Scott, because Scott is just my right-hand man. Anything that we need done, he's here to help out and just encourage us to dive in and do things and try to figure it out, which is great. And he has some awesome connections as well. He got us in touch with Chris Herring, who you guys have probably seen his car on the channel. He's got a Hemi with a blower. He runs out in Kinston, the 252 stuff a bunch. Called him up on a Wednesday, said, hey, we're in a pinch, we need this done. He's like, dude, bring it down to my shop. We'll get this knocked out. He knocked all the work out, got everything done, picked it up Sunday. So we dropped it off when? Wednesday
I think it was Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday evening.
And he was done Saturday, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was done Saturday. We picked it up Sunday afternoon. So huge thank you to Chris Herring, his son Camden. They knocked it out, they got everything done, and I couldn't be happier with it. So let's get this thing out the trailer, back into the shop, where we'll start trying to figure out the rest of what we have to do. Look at it. Would you just look at it?
Gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Would you look at it?
Dang.
Would you look at it? Oh, boy. It is large and in charge. How massive is that in there compared to the LS?
It looks like the one when you first got it.
It does look like when we first got it. And it was here from the OG black sheep.
Heck yeah.
So we're gonna have to take this in and out of the car a few times, because we have to we're gonna have to trim this stuff up, paint some stuff, powder coat some stuff, make it look nice. We gotta paint the engine bay. But the main thing is getting the engine in there is huge. The blower and everything doesn't sit back, so we don't have to mess with the firewall or anything. So we're going to be able to hopefully set the blower on, get the blower spacing right, put a fuel tank on there, and then get the headers built. My boy James Rollins, Hippie Fabrication. I'm going to say now, I'm sorry, because you are going to hate me by the end of this. Let's get it in the shop. We'll go over everything there, but Huge shout out to Chris and Kim Herring for getting us really taken care of. We definitely had some major roadblocks, but they were able to get it done and get it knocked out, and it looked absolutely awesome. And now we have a true Hemi in the car with a Chrysler style bell housing, and we got the transmission there as well. So we're ready to proceed, ready to move forward. Hear me out. Absolute first order of business. Just set the blower on it. I think we have to. We just have to get it and just set the blower on it. Set the intake and the blower on it with the lid, just to see.
Yeah.
Don't you agree? What do you think, Dave?
I think you should.
I mean, it's going to be definitely more work, but we're going to have it in here regardless, because we need to get our. The big thing is getting our blower spacing correct. Once we get our blower spacing correct, it should be off to the races, because we really just need to make a fuel tank and plumb it, and then send the intake off to get EFI done.
Yeah.
So we need to get the blower spacing done first before we send the intake off. Once we send the intake off, then we can send the car to James to get headers built. And then I still gotta cut and trim some shit up. I think we're gonna mount the, you're good, fuel filter. So if we go like fuel tank, fuel pump, fuel filter into the intake, and then I don't know what the hell they do with oil filter.
Where's
Do they?
the blower?
Our other Hemi didn't have an oil filter on it.
It might not. I mean,
might
unless
not
you do a
run
remote.
Well, I'm saying you might go off here.
Yeah.
Like we can put them both here.
Yeah.
It might go off here into the oil filter and then back down.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to do some research.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Film in front.
Yeah. You can grab the lid and the intake and shit. I imagine that I don't know, maybe if you're checking bearings and changing oil so much, you don't have to run an oil filter, but I feel like you could.
Yeah, you definitely could.
I mean, yeah, you definitely can. Let's see. Dude, we might have to cut this bar.
That's what I was looking at.
Just big shout out to the Herrings getting the shit knocked out, and then just really taking quality time and just making sure it's like done good. They did an absolutely outstanding job. Very, very happy with it. So I can't speak highly enough of the quality work that we got. You know, us Hemi guys, we gotta stick together. You know what I'm saying? What, the blower or the intake? You trying to pick the blower up? What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't know the motherfucker was that heavy. Holy shit.
Here, you grab that side.
How does it go?
It just sets right on it. Like you'll see it. We better get used to taking this shit on and off. I think it overhangs the back because our blower spacing's incorrect.
That's what Buddy was saying.
What we can do right now is just grab some Allen keys. We could take this off and we could just set the blower on it. And then we can figure out where our spacing needs to be. Oh, Mason! What do you think about the Hemi and the Sheep? It's massive.
It is huge.
That's what she said.
How mad is James gonna be at me? Go look at the other side. Dude, do you see my man Ant trying every single...
Hey, you're always missing the right one. It's not in here.
It's gonna be tight. 2.5 inch primaries.
Is that possible?
I think what needs to be done is the first two need to go over and out here, and the second two have to go under the frame. Is it possible? Yeah, my mom told me we could do anything we put our minds to. So just put our minds to it, and James will do it.
All mental here.
Yeah, it's all mental. I think there's pressure on this.
No. Where you just cut it right there?
Yeah. For the next car. Make room for blower.
Like, let's fix it.
Dude, this thing is so heavy, it's disgusting.
Hey,
You didn't take that off yet?
I didn't know if we were taking it off. I didn't know what was happening. Then you just ran away.
No, we were looking for a socket for it to leave it on.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
a socket. Didn't know if you changed your mind or forgot about it. What?
Oh my god. I really wish that we didn't have to get a different setback plate. Here's my biggest argument. Dealing with the blower people, like I'll call Elky diggers, they don't answer the phone. They'll call you, they're like, leave a message and we'll call you back. 6 p.m., 5:30 that day, they're like, hey, we got your message. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Thanks for calling me back, but the whole day is gone. Right? The whole day is gone.
Gone.
And then you're like, oh, I need to order this. They're like, well,
Is that the thing?
everyone left, so I can't tell you if we have it in stock or not. And then if they have it in stock, they're like, well, we'll see about shipping out tomorrow. We'll call you back so you could pay. And then 5 o'clock the next day, they call you back so you could pay. And they're like, oh, well, it'll ship out the following day. So then you're like, well, let me get it overnight. It takes 4 days to get it overnight. Because you spend 3 days just talking to them at 5 o'clock at night. I don't know, maybe we'll try Good Vibrations.
So how this was set up is like that blue Mustang.
Yeah, with a Pro Charger up the front.
Yeah. I don't want to say his name on camera.
Billy Gordon.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon. You like that, don't you? Is that your favorite car? Tell the people.
No, it's not my favorite car.
What is your favorite car?
A rotary car.
Oh God.
Let me get some money. I'm gonna buy a rotary car. They will have a rotary car in this shop somewhere.
Yeah, that's a big bolt for how small.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's impressive.
I think it's
That's my
too
nickname
dark.
in high school, Big Bolt.
What do you mean by that?
That's just that's what they call them.
You had a lot of nicknames in high school. I think you just think of that as you go.
No, I mean they're legit. So one thing we do have to check is the mid plate moved back like a fraction. So I don't think it moved enough to mess with the drive shaft any. I think we had plenty of room because it didn't move back that far.
Hold it across the back. Oh my god, there's like no way back.
Yeah, we need to get the big stands that.
Does it just sit on it?
We need it to sit like that.
Oh,
That's
you
how.
have a big gap in the back.
Yeah, so that's why we need to get that offset plate, or the setback plate, which I guess we need a set forward plate.
So,
I mean, I think you could set it back and put a longer snout on it,
yeah, we have it on the snout.
That looks perfect right where it's
but not for this. That longer snout, that was $600 for a roots blower. Yeah, so they're all different. This is a total pain in the ass.
What the snout that came off of this one?
We never changed the snout, we just changed the pulley. See how it's got this BS on there? So if the bolt holes, it'd probably be like that. I would assume it'd be like that, and then you just run a longer snout. Yeah. So it actually doesn't obstruct your vision terribly yet.
So you're gonna have to cut the hood in.
It's sitting on the table. And then, so your vision is not obstructed yet. The only thing I don't like about the Whipple is it's the offset dealio. All right, let's everyone just kind of stand back and just take it in for a second.
Would you look at it?
Do we like it? Is it given? Ant, you're going over there for. You don't like it, Ant.
No, I don't.
What the hell? What do you mean?
I don't like it.
Can I be honest?
John's not gonna like it either. Once he drives it.
Can I be honest?
What?
I think blowers is ugly as hell.
I do too.
Okay, well, isn't that the pop kettle black? As if you're gonna look at
I
it.
mean, yeah. I mean, I'm
Well,
like,
good-
You're not gonna
Good
like
thing y'all retarded.
I know John. He's gonna drive this fucking car. Oh, I can't see.
I don't
You have
think
to
you
see
should.
forward. You don't. What do you have to see? Have you ever seen me drive the cow?
Go
I
sit
actually
down.
sit like.
Go sit down.
Oh, dude, I'm bricked up this morning. What a fucking Monday. Oh yeah.
Alright, pretend I'm the tree.
Oh, yeah, I can see you fine.
Hold on, scoot up.
Dude, it's really not that bad. Like the damn dude, you can see my face. You know you can see me. Unless they start putting the tree directly in front of you, I think we'll be all right.
It doesn't look like it's that bad.
It doesn't look that big. Like, it looked huge on the Pro Mod because the entire blower stuck out. But
Yeah,
it really
but you
doesn't-
only see half the blower.
Yeah.
It looks like from your
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, it really isn't bad.
Why does that fucking thing have to be so big? This
Dude,
thing.
Because it makes power.
It essentially makes air. It's making air.
And it's the biggest one you can get.
I mean, it moves 9.8
Oh, 9.8
liters
what?
of air.
You got it.
Hey.
You got it. You got it. For early morning, he's getting the damn,
about that, Anthony.
he's getting the motor
Hey,
warmed
his
up.
misfire's clearing out.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to do like 2 stages on this build. Stage 1 will be just get it to PRI, running and driving so we can pull it in. And then stage 2 would be get it race ready. Like we'll have to move the brake master around and put a new front end on it and new doors and new rear end. So, but I'm thinking like we just do a, just like a square fuel tank, like right here. And then fuel pump will be here and it'll feed like that. And then it'll go to the fuel filter and it'll go from the fuel filter to the rail. And it'll go back through this rail, into this rail, cross over in the front really tight here. That did hurt. And then it'll go down from this rail to this rail, back over here to return to the tank. On this side, we'll put the regulator on the tank.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Doesn't your
Fuel tank have to be higher than the pump? No.
no. Your fuel filter doesn't have 2 outlets? Because if your fuel filter has 2 outlets, you could do the tops and then the bottoms, and then you can return both sides into your regulator and one return to the tank.
Have 2 returns to the regulator? Or are you worried about the fuel rail getting sucked dry?
No, it's just a lot to go
Yeah, but I
through
mean,
2 fuel rails all the way across like that. I mean, I know it'll work.
yeah,
I
no,
think-
it's a lot, but it's also a 35 gallon a minute pump,
Yeah,
pumping
yeah,
at
no, I agree.
120 psi. So that thing would be like a damn laser.
I assume you do all the fuel lines in dash 12 from the to the rails.
Yeah, I mean, well, see, this is like this next down to. I see what you're saying though. Like by the time it gets over to here.
It's just a long way.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I think this is dash 8.
And it's not like these ones up here are pulse.
No, those are
They're
on. Yeah, those are on. So
I mean,
it's
it's a
got
garden hose.
700 build atomizer 700s up top that are just on running. I don't think they're running 100%, but I think that they're
Right.
like they increase, but they're just spraying fuel into the blower.
I would assume they just increase with RPM, flat rate, like nothing crazy, and then you do all your tuning with the lower set. Am
I would
correct?
assume. Like, I honestly, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
this is above my pay grade as far as how that works.
What you think, Ant?
No idea.
But I do like your idea. If you come out of the fuel filter, and then I mean, you could even come out of the fuel filter with a Y fitting,
You could.
and then you can send like one up to the fuel rail to cross over. Or I guess if you go in here, you cross in the back and come out.
Yeah, so you would have a line that comes down right here into the regulator and a line that comes down here into the regulator.
Well, I run my regulator on the fuel.
Or
tank.
yeah, I
wherever
mean,
you put it.
even down, you know, you get my
Yeah,
point though,
yeah.
down to it,
Yeah.
super easy. I do like the regulator on the fuel tank.
It's just convenient.
Yeah,
Because
super convenient.
then you don't have to run another. Yeah, but then you have to clock it like perfect. It's a pain in the ass.
Once it's in there though.
Okay, well, I guess that's gonna wrap it for today's video. You guys get your first taste of what's like. And we could also change the hat too. They make like billet hats. They make them taller. They make them. I don't think they make them any shorter. They have round holes like this. They have square
Did
holes.
you say billet?
Yeah, they have billet.
No,
ones.
carbon.
You like carbon?
Carbon.
Max is
I just don't think a billet hat would look right. I mean, it'd be badass.
I mean,
They're,
it look bad.
but they're
I-
like $5,000.
I think
I mean,
carbon-
I wasn't really gonna buy it. I was just saying
Personally, I think
just
the
a prank,
carbon
bro.
looks better.
carbon hat looks good.
Yeah.
One thing that is kind of annoying though, if you stand directly in front of it, you could really see how offset.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's really not that bad. It's just slightly offset to the left. It's just how those blowers are. It's a screw blower, but it uses Roots blower stuff, so they offset it to one side. But I mean,
Still looks
technically speaking, you
badass.
could put it in the PRI booth just like this and be like, yep, it runs off. It's EV. See how it doesn't have coils?
God. Bluetooth fuel
We
injection.
should probably put a belt on it. I do have some questions. I'm going to ask some questions about the damn oil filter. Because that's an in and an out, you know? So I wonder if you go from there to an oil filter. But the last Hemi didn't have an oil filter.
Yeah, it
It
didn't.
just had like 9 gallons of oil. Very, very expensive oil changes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up. I have a lot of questions. I'm going to call a lot of smart people. I'm going to use my resources. And I'm smart enough to know when I don't know something. How about that? I don't know what's going on here. So I'm going to call the professionals. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, we got the Colorado giveaway going on. It's 10 times entries. Nasty Coat shirts are badass. We got some new ones up there. We got some new hoodies. We got some stickers, some key tags. Go lsnasty.com. Every $1 you spend gets 10 entries. And see you guys in tomorrow's upload.